Okay, good morning. I'd like to read my email aloud to people. I said, Honorable Supervisors and County Council, this is official notice that Pinckney is a liability to Shasta County. Pinckney is a known stalker who preys on women in particular. He stated that conservative women are the worst, with a vomit emoji after that. He's known within the community, that he pulled a gun on his former girlfriend and threatened to kill her. He also pulled a gun on one of the clients at the Blade and Barrel. He recently threatened to kill one of my friends, and there's still an open investigation into that incident. This was just one of the two incidents that actually began at the ROV's office. There was another incident of Nathan Pinckney stalking and harassing an election observer that I witnessed firsthand. You have been officially noticed that Pinckney is a threat not only to the community at large, but also to the 3 women who serve on the Elections Commission. Should anything happen to them or members of the public during this time on the commission, the county will be held liable. You are now fully aware that Nathan Pinckney is an individual who clearly has a history of violence, threats to the community, and is mentally unstable. Due to the Brown Act, the commission members will not be able to work together to ensure each other's safety around Nathan. Nobody will be able to work with him in an ad hoc committee without risking personal harm. I urge you to use the wisdom and the original wording of the Election Commission bylaws that state members must be citizens with good moral character. Nathan Pinckney is not a citizen with good moral character. Kevin Cry, don't believe Tim Garman. The citizens of D2 do not want Nathan Pinckney, who is an Antifa communist with a well-documented history of violence and obstruction on the Election Commission. Kevin, I dare you to stand by your conservative values and vote no on this appointment. Thank you.
This is another new low for Tim Garman. Choosing as your representative to the Election Commission a known agitator and intimidator of patriots, one who is known for stalking and making murderous threats to Shasta County citizens. This is a violation of the Brown Act as well. And you know this. You've seen Nathan's erratic behavior in this room. We've all witnessed it. As I was up here testifying to you all a couple of months ago how 2 of my friends were followed from the ROV office by Nathan and then berated, verbally abused, and life-threatened, being spat on because Nathan was so close with his camera because he wanted to get a one-sided, deceitful reaction footage for his social media following. Imagine being berated, demoralized, and your life threatened in front of your spouse for no reason except caring for fair elections. Just in the last week or so, Nathan cursed at one of our election commissioners, calling her an F-bomb and a B-bomb. Tim Garman must really despise this election commission to put their lives at risk by putting in Nathan as his representative. Not only that, but he must truly despise his constituents and Shasta County and the values of freedom and fair elections. How dare you put the lives of 3 election commissioner ladies who are volunteering so much time to serve our county. You want to make a joke out of our county and our residents. You are a betrayer to all those who voted for you on the lies you ran under. You are a betrayer of our nation. And so is anyone on this board who votes to put in Nathan Pinckney to be part of the Election Commission. This is not a mockery. Thank you.
Good morning, Board of Supervisors. Nathan is not qualified to serve on the commission, whose bylaws state that the potential commissioner must be of good character. Nathan has said that he does not think the commission should exist, and his first act as commissioner would be to demand its dissolution. We do not need someone who does not care for our county, who makes fun of our county and mocks the people who live here. He has a history of violence and manifests the spirit of anger quite often. He hates and is abusive towards conservative Christian women. He is mentally unstable, and I fear for the 3 women on the Election Commission, think strongly on the liability. Tim Garman only asked Nathan to the commission because he wants to bring down Kevin. Wants to bring you down, Kevin. He knows what Nathan is capable of doing. He knows it will all fall on you, Kevin. He does not respect you. That's why he wore the recall t-shirt here at the Board of Supervisors meeting. We are the people that stood by you, Kevin. And because, we are the people that stood by you because you made a stand. Make a stand. Say no to a person that is not of good character.
Good morning, Board. And thank you for giving me this opportunity, and thank you, Lord Jesus, for giving me the strength to come up here. I agree. People need to have a say in our elections, and we need to have a say in our appointments as well, because appointments are a stepladder to future aspirations, and some of those have been spoken up here by Nathan Pinckney. His future aspirations are open. That's what he wants to do. He wants to openly run for city council and whatnot. There's a lot of things he wants to do, but one thing we are going to do right now is come out in direct opposition to that appointment, because Garman knows what he's doing. It's going to be completely disruptive to the entire election commission. And it is put there for a reason, because we the people want it there. But we the people, like I said, we deserve also to have a say in the appointments. Now, somebody got up here and spoke about a case that I have that's open. That's me. I have the open case. And any one of you that would like to see a copy of the police report, I will personally share it with you individually, but I don't trust any of you enough to give it to you, okay? Because I don't trust this county. Matter of fact, there's been enough reasons for me to not trust this county. And so I am in complete direct opposition to this appointment, and here's exactly why. I'm out with my wife going to have breakfast with some family members, and I get a trail behind me, following me, and I go to lock up my bike, and what happens? He goes by me and he says, "You smell like the S word." I said, "I'm going to pray for you." I said, "I'm going to pray for you." That's R4 if I ever heard of an R4. His comment to me was, "You're not tough when your boys aren't around. I'm not afraid of you, old man. You should kill yourself because I'm going to murder your ass." Now, that's directly to me in front of my wife. Now, I wasn't worried about me. My instant reaction was to protect my wife. And then all of a sudden, it hit me that what was going on right there was it was a few days before the election, and he was trying to instigate some footage for his Facebook and for Twitter and for whatever other followings he has out there, because I don't know, because I don't look at them, but I know I've been a big part of them. And for this reason, though, I am the one with the police report, and if you'd like to see it, I have it, but it's been highly redacted, and it also says distribution of unauthorized person or to unauthorized person is.
I urge all supervisors to vote no on the appointment of Nathan Pinckney to the Elections Commission. I don't consider Supervisor Garman's recommendation to be credible or thoughtful. It shows extremely poor judgment. Nathan has stated that he opposes the Election Commission and wants it shut down. That's not the positive attitude for a new commissioner. Nathan is well known as a disruptor and antagonist, etc., to put it nicely. He has not earned this appointment. Nathan does not meet the good moral character requirements of the Election Commission bylaws. Appointing Nathan to the commission is basically rewarding very bad behavior. I'm old school, and rewarding bad behavior is a fool's errand. Supervisor Garman says he's a conservative Republican. This recommended appointment again proves that Supervisor Garman is far from being a conservative Republican. One's actions and associations tell more about one's character and judgment than titles or labels. The appointment appears to be a vindictive play against the board majority that supports the commission. Supervisor Garman wants the commission shut down, so he proposes bringing in a disruptor agitator so nothing can be accomplished by the commission. I would hope that County Council would weigh in on the risk and liability for the county in appointing Mr. Pinckney. Safety of commission members is paramount. Normally, I would support the independence of supervisors to be able to appoint candidates they choose to the various boards and commissions when each supervisor gets one choice. We don't want the selection of board or commission members to become so political that supervisors in the minority viewpoint are never allowed to appoint who they wish to those boards and commissions where supervisors get one pick. But why on earth would Supervisor Garman recommend appointing a known disruptor and agitator to the Election Commission? This recommendation by Supervisor Garman is outside the bounds of rational thought. It brings into question Supervisor Garman's fitness to be a supervisor. I urge the board to turn down Supervisor Garman's recommendation to appoint Mr. Pinckney. It is better to leave the position vacant than to appoint Mr. Pinckney. Thank you.
A specific requirement for elections commissioners is that they must be of good character. Let me share with you God's words of wisdom, which explains what constitutes good character. And this applies to everyone in this room. Let nothing be done through selfish ambition or conceit, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem others better than himself. Let each of you look out not only for his own interests, but also for the interests of others. I submit to this board that Nathan Pinckney is significantly deficient in the good character department. This board's rules of participation states all have an equal opportunity to observe and participate in these proceedings. Each person who addresses the board shall not use loud, threatening, profane, or abusive language which disrupts, disturbs, or otherwise impedes the orderly conduct of this board meeting. In these chambers, Nathan habitually tries to impede both the speakers and supervisors. He also uses profane language and foul gestures. Nathan has also attempted to incite unrest among the public during the board meetings. He has disrupted meetings to the point that the meetings had to come to a halt until order was maintained. Nathan has broken this board's own rules of conduct. I don't see how any of you in good conscience could choose to appoint him when you have seen his lack of good behavior with your own eyes. Nathan's lack of character shows outside these chambers as well. It is documented in a court hearing that Nathan was witnessed carrying a firearm at work while he stated that he was going to shoot a customer. Not only does this show a complete absence of restraint and civility, but also a blatant disregard for the law. When it's all boiled down, Nathan has a consistent disrespect toward others and for the supervisor's own established order of conduct. He's not interested in views that differ from his. His shortfall of both self-control and basic civility skills reveals he is incapable of working with a team. Nathan has consistently focused on his own personal interests and has never shown a concern for the interests of the residents of Shasta County. It would not be in the best interest of the voters for him to sit on this commission. This proposal never should have made it on the agenda. Nathan does not pass muster. I'm curious as to how it was determined that Nathan meets the qualifications of having good character. I'm appealing to each of you supervisors, please don't simply rubber stamp this proposed individual. The fact that you are voting on this item means you can reject this appointment. If the nominee doesn't fit the requirements for the job, don't select him. Nathan has shown us a momentous deficiency in good character, which consequently disqualifies him for the Elections Commission team. Please vote no on his appointment. Supervisor Garman, I'm deeply disturbed that you as a pastor would select Nathan. Was your decision based on the idea that he truly was the best person for the job? Or was it rooted in selfish ambition? Please search your heart. I'm appealing to you to retract your proposal.
Larry Sargent. Hold on, Ian.
Sorry, tech people. Tam, you've seen how I operate. I'll blow the whistle on serious issues. When addressed, I say thank you, I express gratitude, and then I let it go. You helped with the basketball relocation at the Woodlands. You brought solutions that helped us alleviate an issue that was having detrimental impact on the physical and mental well-being of numerous tenants. I thank you again, and I assure you that no matter what asinine appointment you have made to the Elections Commission, I will not lose sight of that good deed. Regarding your flip-flop to this asinine nomination, I'll cut to the chase. How dare you? According to Public Affairs Council, only 37% of Americans trust our elections. Hypocrisy is you going back on your own word while cornering Chairman Cry into supporting whatever disqualified, dysfunctional provocateur you attempt to seat in our Elections Commission. This isn't about balance, it's about payback because you and Mary didn't get your way. You and Nathan both admit in the Record Searchlight article that it's about shutting down the commission, sabotaging the commission. I highly recommend that everyone take a look at the YouTube video on Shasta Ann on who is Nathan Pinckney. I'm one of the people that man has terrorized and harassed during election commission meetings and during board meetings. No sane person engages in the actions and behaviors of Nathan Pinckney Blaze, a self-proclaimed provocateur, comedian, and now wannabe fake political representative. You don't have to go through with this asinine decision. You can correct this. Be a man of God. Withdraw this nomination. Otherwise, I request your resignation. It's emotional blackmail to insist Nathan be appointed. Pick a different qualified Democrat. Benjamin said it this morning. Board members can sabotage and appoint their chosen puppet. That's exactly what Tim has stated he is doing in that Record Searchlight article. You don't have to go through with this decision. You still have time. You go forward with this. You're knowingly committing sin right in front of God. Taxpayers and voters that stand to lose anything are afraid to come in here and raise their voices because they fear retaliation. This is where people like me with nothing to lose pull our fair share of the weight of saving America and our country and making America great again. I'm not getting paid. My colleagues didn't just vote for a pay increase for me. I deserved it, or because you deserved it and needed it. And now you have the audacity to knowingly make such an asinine decision that doesn't just hurt your colleagues, it hurts the voters of Shasta County.
Nick Gardner, thank you. Nick Gardner, we got 4 more, so please, let's just keep it down and let people speak.
Good morning, Board. I'm reading an email that I sent you guys. I'm not speaking on behalf of the Commission. As chair of the Shasta County Election Commission, I feel that it is important to share my opinions on the appointment of Nathan Pinckney to the Commission. I have no objection to somebody being appointed to the Commission who may have differing views on the issue of election integrity or may have differing political views than I do. In fact, I welcome it. That is not what my comments are about. My comments are centered around the character of the gentleman and around the tasks performed by the Commission and how they relate to his potential appointment. This is a gentleman who's publicly created scenes at in the Board of Supervisors chambers, has called one of the current commissioners swear names in the board chambers most recently, has publicly harassed me personally at the ROV's office, has harassed and created and posted vile depictions of people he does not agree with on social media, all of which are public knowledge, even by somebody like me who rarely participates in social media. As a matter of fact, the Commission's own bylaws state that members must be of good character, quote unquote. End quote. The main work of the Commission is performed via ad hoc committees, each normally with 2 members of the Commission, so there are no violations of the Brown Act. Mr. Pinckney has publicly spoken at least twice at Commission meetings where he's berated both Commission members and the Commission in general, has made it very clear he sees no purpose in the Commission. Because of that, I find it very hard to believe that he will be willing to work with on any issues related to the Commission that an ad hoc committee may work on. In addition, I can speak for myself and Commissioner Plum, who I've spoken with, that we would not be able to work on any ad hoc committees with Mr. Pinckney based on his history of verbal and threatening abuse. That may have changed on her part since I last spoke with her, I don't know. We would not feel safe being alone with him. I have not spoken about this issue with Commissioner Hansen, so I'll let her speak for herself, but I venture to guess she feels the same way. The only reason I can think that Mr. Garman would make an appointment of a gentleman with a public background as Mr. Pinckney is to make a mockery of the commission, since they have both publicly stated that they see no purpose in the commission and would like it disbanded. Many people are afraid to publicly say what I'm saying right now for fear of retribution by Mr. Pinckney. If anything like that happens to me because of sending this right now, that's on you, Mr. Garman. And if the board appoints Mr. Pinckney and he does anything threatening or hurtful to someone because of what they've said in opposition to his appointment, that will be on the board and may be subject to the county to litigation. The commission already has very little time to meet, especially with an upcoming election and a new ROV, and spending time on something that is obviously meant to thwart the commission's effectiveness would be malfeasant on the part of the board. Please vote no.
Good morning, board. I urge this board not to confirm Supervisor Garman's appointee, Nathan Pinckney, to the Elections Commission. Nathan is on the record saying that he opposes the existence of this commission. Further, Nathan has demonstrated troubling and erratic behaviors over the past several years, both inside and outside the board chambers. He has disrupted many board meetings by hurling crude and vulgar insults toward board members and members of the public alike. On several occasions, he has been asked to leave because he could not stop himself from disrupting the meetings and had to be escorted out of the chambers by security, effectively halting the meetings. He is a provocateur, confronting people who he views as political opponents by getting into their space and desperately seeking a reaction in which he can try to cast himself as an innocent victim at the hands of some oppressive fascist. This board should not ignore the past behaviors of Mr. Pinckney. He is a chronic offender of the civil disorder, or the civil order, and thrives on creating chaos. He has always opposed this commission, and we should expect him to sabotage its good purposes by his penchant for disruptive behavior. This is a pattern that everyone has seen repeatedly, and you'd be crazy to expect anything differently if you confirm this appointment. The first requirement for this position is good character, a general standard that cannot be stretched wide enough to include Nathan Pinckney. When considering the totality of his public behaviors, he has a long way to go before he achieves that standard, and we owe it to the current Election Commission members that they have someone with whom they can feel safe and engage in civil discourse. A vote to confirm is a vote to abolish this commission. Do the right thing, board.
Morning, Chair and Board. On my way to the podium, I was mocked and scorned by people just trying to make it
R4.
Yes, R4. So I would like to suggest, as what happened with the open interviews and meetings, if that's somehow a solution or a way to do this, because if you're appointing someone blindly, if you will, we don't know where's the reference checking. I propose people that are on the board have drug testing. If people have had a surgery, they're on what, narcotics, pain meds, they get brain fog. I'm just saying, I would suggest that as a solution. Yes, there's a potential for sabotage. There's plenty of people that didn't want to come here today and talk because they're afraid of being targeted as somebody who does a lot of cyberbullying. I have on the back hallway the whole thing with the Election Commission, their goals and so forth. Take a look at that. I don't know, Tim Garman, if you have a second choice or not, but plenty of what people have said, I concur. This individual that is, I believe he's in his mid-30s, he's not a child or a minor. He's a grown individual. So to compare him to people that, oh, they need another chance, another chance, another chance, they're not in a group home, they're not a child, they're not a teenager. So to that comment, I just want to address that. There has been so much cost to our county on the splash gate. I've taken gun training classes and so forth. You don't pull out a gun unless your life is endangered. Having spilled water does not qualify. So again, we're looking at impulse control, poor boundaries. The whole thing with disrupting this meeting can't be underscored. The whole thing with constant comments, provoking, he'll say something and then start filming once you turn your head or whatever. It's just, Tim Garman, you must have seen this. You've been targeted by him. Mary Rickert, you've been targeted. All of you. So please pay attention to your gut instincts. And how safe do you think the people on this commission feel if they have to work with this individual. Find a second, better choice with a lot more, I don't know, background. I don't even think it has to have a lot of experience in the election department. Everybody starts new somewhere. That's not my main point. But I have seen lots of video, and Donnie, I still have a bill for you for property damage by this individual, and you just look away. No, when you get to tear up people's stuff, no, this is about character. If you can't control your anger, frustrations, and whatnot, and you can rip up stuff, and then you don't want to pay for it, if he's still your employee, Donnie, address it. I'm just saying, violent people are scary. They get worse sometimes. So I am absolutely on topic because I'm looking at the good moral character. It keeps coming up. So I have personally been a victim of he and his cohabitant, fiance, whatever, 4 hours and 14 minutes. Tim, would you like 4 hours and 14 minutes? Focused on you. I'm on topic.
Nathan, come on up.
My clock's ticking. Will that be a reset? Oh, gotcha. My bad. Okay. So I just want to preface this by stating that I wrote this speech yesterday. So I hope people got a good hard look today and on social media this past week at what I and my fiance have been dealing with for years now. I can say confidently that I do not believe I have anything to prove to anyone in this room that I have not already. I've been known in this community for a long time now, and I believe people have a pretty good idea of what I am about. Over the years, many people have seemed to be attempting to build an alternate history for my life. They will take a minor issue or situation, such as speaking out or turn at a meeting, as many have, then twist it, add in new information, and spread that to their masses. This has led to a sort of boogeyman effect about me. They will even do this when there is video evidence that I was clearly the victim of a crime, and if they have absolutely nothing to accuse me of legitimately, they will simply lie. I don't, however, actually believe that these people are truly afraid of me, especially based on how bold their negative behavior against me has been on countless occasions. Everyone knows I've never harmed any of them, never assaulted anyone. There is a reason that you never ever see proof of these wild accusations, and it certainly isn't some conspiracy. It's because it didn't happen. And again, people lie. What I believe they are truly afraid of is what I can do with my words. How I will be able to argue and debate the topics being discussed by the commission with facts and logic. I mean, I'm going to be outnumbered 3-1, which means I'll likely lose everything I try to do. So then tell me, what are you afraid of? Again, I believe that people are afraid of my ability to prove them wrong. I was firmly in the mindset that this commission needed to be disbanded, and that was initially my plan to make a motion to ask the board to disband it. However, with the appointing of a new and inexperienced ROV, I am beginning to believe that if there was ever a time to have such a committee, it would be right now with me on it and possibly even Jenny. I have proven time and time again that I will not, thank you. I have proven time and time again that I will not back down to bullies, that I can break down complicated information to my community, and that I can come to the table with facts and receipts. So I would like to announce that my first act would instead be to suggest a motion to the commission to create a clear and defined mission statement for itself. Something that makes it absolutely clear to the community what this commission is for and its purpose for requiring tax dollars from the citizens. Because currently, most people have no real clue what it's actually for, and I agree with that sentiment. I am of the belief that this commission was initially created for the sole purpose of putting even more pressure on our already overworked election staff. I now believe that it can be used to help them, as well as the voting public, to understand how things run in that office and not simply be seen as a panel of bullies trying desperately to find problems where none exist. Lastly, Kevin Cry gave his word to Supervisor Garman that he would support Tim's pick. We can say what we want up here, but that's truly what it comes down to today. Thank you very much.